Hello, Stuart. Hello, Paul. Hello, Eagle Claw. Grandma Evie, wait, did I just see my hometown? Grandma Evie just said my late husband grew up in Indiana, PA, home of Jimmy Stewart. Hannah celebrating her 30th. Happy 30th, Miss Hannah. Hello, Ronell. Hello, Philip. Hello, Chicken and the Goo. Hello, Mr. Barnfield. Beverly. Hello, Weary Traveler. Hello, Kylan. It's good to see you in the house. Hopefully, you're staying a little bit warm. Hello, Vapor Trail. Hello, Louisiana. Let's see, anyone here from Louisiana? I have several lineman friends there from Wisconsin. Trying to get you guys back up and running. How's everybody this morning? I'm excited to be here. I know we need to do a brief news one and get over to our friends over at CBD Goose. When I say brief, kind of just like a cliff notes, it is getting interesting. I got rumors of over the last 36 hours or so, Iranian officials, etc., fleeing or moving family and stuff to Russia. Very interesting plane traffic on that one going on. Like something might be getting ready to occur. The Silver War. Oh, boy, is that heating up. And it is so obvious. We got some to share on that one today. And in Iraq, big meetings going on today. Vote tomorrow for the president. It's cooking, guys. Big Supreme Court in Panama. Panama Supreme Court. Striking down a contract with China, showing you the Don Doctrine is, or the new Monroe Doctrine is, well, starting to grow and flourish. Silver, almost a buying opportunity. I'm going to take the opportunity. Don't have much I can squeeze, but I'm doubling down, putting my money where my mouth is. Happy 40th to your wife, Brittany, who is still sleeping after a long night out. Enjoy it, Brittany. Enjoy the basketball game, JCB. Hello, Mr. Legary. Hello, Charlie Doodle. So that's exactly my take. So what's with the huge drop in silver besides my opportunity to buy more? We're going to talk about it this morning. We got some interesting stuff to chat about. The world is lining up. See, I went to the bank and with a wink and a smile, they told me my investment was a good idea. Soda pop, I love it. Happy birthday to Terry Johnson. Oh, and Chicago Mama celebrating birthday. One of our own. Got Lucas is in the house. Lucas, it's a crazy world. Are we ready to talk about the crazy world? Or are we gonna avoid it and just talk about gummies?
Gosh, it is crazy, unstable. Um, yeah, all the above.
Oh, crazy, unstable, nuts. This is this is getting crazy. So what's Lucas doing?
Just just trying to ride the wave.
Are you with the family? Are you working in a way?
I just got back.
Oh,
I just
good,
got
good, good.
back and late last night and come to, southern Tennessee and, can't believe we have a few inches of snow on the ground this morning.
That's I know friends in North Carolina have been sending me videos and pictures of their snow coming down. Like
Yeah.
17 degrees and snow this morning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, even down at our facility in Florida, um, it today's high is only like 32, 33, which is just crazy.
Oh, that is crazy. It is just, let's see. Rick, could silver drop by way of testing and finding stop? Oh, Rick, we're going to talk all about what's going on with silver. I bet Matt can tell us what's going on with silver. He really follows these things.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, Mark.
Hey,
I don't
how you
I
doing?
don't think have, and maybe I'm just not in it, but I don't think I've ever seen silver this volatile. I don't think anyone ever has.
I
No,
can
this
tell you
is
exactly what's happening.
tell us what's happening.
Well, here's what I still got you. I think I lost you there. What's happening here? I can't even handle my own phone. But here we go. So we're working. The price here in the States is paper price, okay, and the price elsewhere in the world is the real price, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And just for instance, say like if you loaded up a cargo plane to China, you'd have to pay. I think it's 13% coming in on what your price was. I think it's the price going in on the on. So, anyways, if you picked it up at 90 yesterday, then you had to pay $102. You know, as you're bringing the cargo plane into China tomorrow or tonight or tomorrow. You know, full of 120 tons. Yeah, and so that's what's happening. And then because so we got a paper price over here. The real price is a lot higher, and we're just dealing with the paper price. It's like a fake price, but we'll be dealing with the real price here probably in a very short time again. You know, so and does that make sense?
Oh yeah, makes
Yeah.
perfect sense to me.
Yeah. So, in fact, there was one company I looked and they were sold out this morning, and yesterday afternoon they had about 90. No, there's more than that. Probably 100 silver products, but now they're all sold out. So, anyways, and then so don't worry. I mean, don't panic if you have silver. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just you didn't buy it to like watch it go up for a couple of weeks and then sell it or something. You're in the long term, the long haul. You know,
The long haul.
the long haul. Everybody's got to be in there for the long haul because the long haul will probably be about $500 or something. You know, and I imagine they're going to set the price on silver sometime in the future. Not the gold. The gold they will.
I don't know.
Yeah, both of them. I think they will.
They're
But
gonna try.
what's that, Mark?
They're gonna try. I think it's gonna set its own price.
Um, I don't. Well, you know what? That's true. It's either going to be. It'll be a good price though.
Oh yeah,
It's a scarce commodity, you know. And
exactly. The
so yeah,
fundamentals haven't changed. But
no.
Village Nana put this up. Tried to sell some sterling and 14K jewelry yesterday to a gold silver dealer. They said they were just notified that all the refineries are closed for at least a month. No sales. What's up? Village Nana, exactly what they did with GameStop, AMC when they ran. In order to suppress the price, they unloaded as much silver, but paper shares as they could back and forth. No intention of ever claiming them. And then they made it so you couldn't sell them to suppress the price. We're going to talk about this in silver. If there anybody that's still under the illusion that you have a free market and that banks are okay, we are going to obliterate those opinions today.
Right. There you go, Mark. That sounds good. But
We're going to obliterate those
Yep.
opinions today.
And,
Somebody just asked, great way to start. Wants to know what in the heck? Tell us more about that Summer Breeze is for. It feels amazing.
oh, it's a CBD lotion, you know, and you just you can use it all the time. We you know, it's a great lotion in the summer when you get sunburn. Not as a sunscreen, but sunburn just to rub it all over to you know to lessen the pain of the sunburn, and it'll heal a lot faster. I mean, yeah, I could get. Well, I did. I was out last summer and I got super red one time, you know, and so then I rubbed lotion on, just the 2000 lotion, but it's you know the same kind of stuff in there, CBD. But I think the lotion 2000 is better because it's got CBD and CBG. But yeah, you rub it on there and it heals burns real fast. You know, just like if you burnt your arm or hand finger or something, put on some CBD right away. It'll heal it up quick. And I don't know how much quicker, but it seems like it's about 3 times faster. You can put CBD oil on teeth that are hurting too, and that'll even. I've had some that were hurting a little bit, and then it healed it up, so they don't even hurt anymore. You know, it's been
Yeah,
months.
it's
So,
Crazy effective. I keep finding new uses.
yeah. So, yeah. But no, you know what? When you were talking about the silver, it's so hard to be an expert in silver. It's just there's so many variables, and so I'm not an expert on it at all. But anyway.
Yeah, some guy retired. Polly Collie saying some guy retired military told me I missed the mark. How? He said I should have sold half my silver when it hit 110. He said I lost my marketability to recapture any profits. I totally understand what he's trying to tell you, but unless you're trying to catch a falling knife, you know the trend and where it's headed. That one you could discuss for the next till the cows come home, and you're going to have right, wrongs, and difference. What works for you? You didn't miss the opportunity. You're golden. Well, silver, I should say. Yeah. Where do you guys want to start this morning?
Well, why don't we just go through the specials and then we can take questions, huh? Does that sound good,
Yeah,
guys?
somebody had asked if I saw in there earlier if lion's mane safe to take every day, and heck yes, please do. So many studies out there. It's great stuff. Okay, let's get over here. Tell us how to get in.
Okay, you guys, you get into our site you go to the cbdgurus.com, THECBDGURUS.com. And then when you're in there, hit the wholesale button on top. Or if you're on your phone and just hit the lines, and then you'll see the wholesale, hit that. And then you get in there and you'll see Mark's name. If you're not in the site already, if you've been in there before, chances are it just gets you right into the specials. But if you have a box that shows up, you put in there lowercase KRAMCBD, and then you're in the site. Okay, and then at that point, you'll be in the specials. And then on top of the site, you have all those different boxes there. If you don't see your favorite product you have down below, then you just hit that, hit one of those buttons there, those blue buttons or purplish buttons. I can't figure out the color. It's maybe I'm just colorblind, but I don't know if it's blue or it's purple. I can't even say the word, Mark. Mark's real master. It's purple, nurple, or
Blurple.
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 There we go. Blurple. Yeah. So, yeah, you hit one of those buttons, and like the chocolates, they're in stock right now. So get in there and just buy them, and if you want, because we didn't have them in yesterday. Scotty went to I don't know, it was a late Christmas party or something like that. But he didn't put them in until this morning. But we're good.
Okay. Did you notice, Lucas, that we were not invited with Scotty to the Christmas party?
I was.
I could point out that Matt wasn't invited either.
You know what? He gets on us for, coming down on him, and then he doesn't invite us.
I know.
No, I was. I think I got invited at the end of it, but it was,
so it's even worse. In other words, Lucas, you caught that. Matt's good enough to go, but you and I, no.
Well, I mean, I guess we're just bottom of the barrel. We're your last stop.
Oh, yeah. You know what? It was down by the river, and the river's frozen, so I didn't want to go. No, I'm just kidding.
I wouldn't blame you. Now, but it did when you said bottom of the barrel. I don't know why my mind starts, going around. And the next thing I know, it's on a day bread, day old bread store or the outlet. And now I'm sitting there thinking, hey, Matt, next time you move the facility, can we have like a day old gummy store? Anything you need to rotate, we can get a special.
Yeah, it would be a good idea for sure. Well, maybe we can get a factory outlet going by the highway up here.
Now we're talking.
Because like the firecracker stands, you got them out there, and they're a little bit more freewheeling here in Wisconsin. You can just set up, I think, on the side of a road on a picnic table and get rolling. Well, anyways, okay, you guys. So we started our special on Thursday at exactly 1:11, and let's see, we got a code. Every order, it doesn't matter how big or how small it is, put in JAN 20, 20% off, lowercase JAN 20. Now, if you get to 150, we got a nice little gift for you there. We got our 60 count probiotic gummies with all the vitamins and minerals, and every order also gets 10 million Bolivar, and yeah, so there you go. And you got the ingredients on the label there, and it's a 60 count deal. tell you about it a little bit, and what's in there, because he's the one who designed that thing, you guys. And I've been using it. I really like it. Gives me energy, that's for sure. I think it keeps my mind clear. Now, if you have any questions or you're a new person, okay, give a call at 612-412-8343. And now at some point today, we may run out of those at the 175 mark. And if we do, we're going to put in a 60 count a mushroom to replace it, but I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it, and then it'll be posted up there, so you'll know. We'll switch it so when you go in there, if it's changed, it's changed.
So you'll know.
It hasn't. I would like to keep going on it, but we just got a limited amount right now, and at some point in the near future, the very near future, we'll have more. Okay, but I don't know exactly when, because the trucking deal, you just never know, truthfully. And but anyways, any questions? 612-412-8343, or you can send a text over there, and we'll get whatever's going on figured out. Okay, and then for our products, we have coffee products with the CBD and or not CBD. We got regular gummies, we got sleep gummies, we got Delta 8 gummies, we got Delta 9 gummies, 5 milligram, 10 milligram. We got the fruit gummies, the immunity capsules. We have, let's see, what else have I talked? Oh, the mushroom capsules. We've got Lion's Mane. We got 4 mushrooms gummies. We got, I don't know, 5 mushroom capsules. We got coffee concentrate with mushrooms in it. Oh, we've got the Miracle Gold products, which are dynamite. We got the Lotion 2000. We got Summer Breeze. We got the Roll-On, and we got the popcorn. Now, remember, you guys, on that popcorn, trust me, there's enough in there, man. I don't know. How many people could handle that, Lucas? You've had it before. How many people can handle a bag of that? Do you know?
A whole bag?
No. That's craziness.
No, but how many
one bag's enough to put Cheech and Chong stuck at a stoplight.
Yeah.
For any of those that watched, anyways.
So share it and only have a few kernels. I mean, that stuff, it's strong. And then in the hard candy too. Don't if you pop 3 of those, that's 6 milligrams of THC. So, to soothe their throat, just take one, and let it sit for a little bit, maybe 45 minutes or an hour before you soothe your throat again or whatever you're doing, And that's all the specials, you guys, right there. And
how many jars? How many jars are left, Matt?
You know what? Why don't you guys talk about the questions, and I'll get a number for us, okay? And then I'm not sure, Lucas, but like I said, we'll get a replacement when we get the replacement up there. I don't think it's too close yet, but you know what? I'll put it on mute and check it out here for a second. If I'll do that, Lucas. That was a good question, though.
All right, you check. We're Lucas and I are going to be cutting up here.
Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. I'll be listening, but I'll be back. I'll put it on mute. Okay, thanks.
Mitzi wants to know anything for kidney health. I didn't know, Lucas, if you had any thoughts or not.
Oh gosh, like just overall kidney health.
Yeah, I mean, I can think ACV possibly because I've heard of it being used for kidney function, but I just can't off the top of my head. I can think of some other things that I would look at and research, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head other than the ACV. I don't know. That's why I was asking you.
Yeah. Man. I'm kind of going through it in my head. I'm just thinking. Let me think on that for a little bit. We'll revisit it. You stick around. I'll come right back to it.
Another one for you. Looked on the label for the probiotic. Don't see specifically flora in the ingredient list. Any idea? I know a lot of them go by billions of flora or whatever in it. Not quite certain how that one works. Do we need
on the greens gummy?
Yes.
Greens gummy. I don't know if they put it. They should have. But yeah, so we use several types of Bacillus coagulans, and so that's a strain of probiotic. It's actually very heat sensitive, so we're able to put it in the gummy and not destroy the actual floor, the probiotic. So in 3 gummies there is 5 billion CFU is how it's like articulated. So five
Yeah,
billion
that's the
CFU of the Bacillus coagulans.
then Cindy, what's good for arthritis?
Man, I mean, guys, the one thing that people on the show really really like is not only like internally but also topically is the 14,000. So a lot of people do the both the Miracle Gold and the 14,000.
I know
Um,
when my limes flares up, I took your suggestion the one time. I took just some of lotion 2000 in the palm of my hand and put a squirt of the 14,000, mixed it together, rubbed it on it because like when I have a flare up, it feels like I am suffering from a brutal case of rheumatoid arthritis in my hands or joints, and I've done that and it worked great.
I never thought about using the lotion 2000 and then just adding it in right there. But you're right, like that actually would be a because Matt talks about the lotion 2000 having being a great CBD, but it also has equal parts of CBG in the lotion as well, which does really well. So yeah, do that and then take some the 14,000, maybe a quarter dropper. It has a little bit of THC in it, but not a ton.
I've just
So
found that
you're not.
my regular go to bed, a gummy before going to sleep to help shut the mind down, ease the body. I have found it has made a huge difference in pain the next day. It's just like overall, my pain level has just dropped
Yeah,
drastically.
yeah. Um, I had really, really bad knee inflammation and pain for almost a decade. I tore up my knee really bad wrestling, actually, which I'm sure you can appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Um, but several surgeries and ripped it completely apart. So the 14,000 actually really helped my inflammation, like like now I barely have any inflammation, um, which is nice to actually have because I just thought it was something I'd have to live with for the rest of my life.
Yeah, think about that. We think about all those. Just gonna have to deal with it for the rest of my life. That just sucks. The whole thought. Twitch. What is the superfood probiotic? What's it good for? It's yeah. It's like a multivitamin and a intestinal tune-up all in one. That's how I look at it. Is that a good description?
Yeah, I mean it's a great multivitamin, and it's utilizing. So what we do is we're actually using real food as the vitamins. So instead of doing just these chemically altered vitamins and minerals, we're actually utilizing just putting real food in there to acquire, the vitamin A, the vitamin D, E, also the I guess the vitamin K from the spinach and kale. We have spirulina in there. So you get what I think there's like 6 or 7 vitamin Bs from that. So, utilizing actual food for the vitamins and minerals is just super beneficial. And obviously the probiotics, we added those in to really, help your gut health as well.
Um, Matt, did you get a number for us? Or still working?
Yeah, we'll be able to at least make it through the day and probably tomorrow. So we're doing good.
All right, that was kind of fun with that echo from across the warehouse.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking we're gonna have to start getting you to do that more often.
I had to run over and get something to drink at the mini fridge, So, and the in there, I was going to say our little beer cooler, but we don't have a beer cooler. Nobody here really drinks anymore, except we got our THC cooler. But
okay, we did this one. We did the arthritis one. Goose Girl, all you silver folks, we are definitely that is going to be at the 30-minute mark in 19 minutes. That is going to be exactly what we're going to be discussing. We will very briefly touch on the news out of Iraq, and then we're going to be all into silver and the bank that failed and the panic. And
Ooh,
yeah.
did a bank fail?
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
Smaller one, but when you look at their exposure and similar exposures out there, in that game of chicken with silver that's going on right now between the big banks trying to suppress price, all that.
Yeah.
Their extreme reaction on Friday, they're the first one to swerve out of the way in chicken. Playing chicken with them, and they are the first ones to panic. It's, whoo, it's getting fun. Yeah. All those fundamentals we've talked about for years, we are watching play out right in front of us.
Yep. Yeah,
I agree. You guys need your own show like Maine Cabin Masters.
What is it? Cabin Masters?
I think we need to do like our own version. What's that? Burt Kriker, whatever. Like, sit in the hot tub. All the different people come up and stay in the resort with them. We all go up and stay with Matt.
Hey, that'd be all right. We could.
And he just rotates somebody new every weekend, and you just film throughout the weekend all the funny stuff.
Hey, there's this river they float down in the summer here about 8 miles away, and I guess we could do shows from there. That'd be fun. Or a live. You know what? That would be a great video, just a live feed of what's going on there,
Oh, yeah.
The panic.
Big Josh wants to know, do you guys have a sleep aid that has no or very little THC, as I am very sensitive to it, and I'm fasting and don't want to break my fast. The fasting part has me a little not certain what to tell them because of the gummies. I know there's not a lot of sugar, but Lucas or Matt, one of you guys want to...
Yeah, we've got the sleep gummies that doesn't have any THC, and then we've got the sleep capsules. No THC there.
That's the one I did not think of. Let's back that one up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come down here to, because I didn't see that in the special. I don't think. Do you know what heading it would be under?
No, it would just be under the. Let's see the capsules. Let me get in there and look at it.
Mushrooms, capsules, soft gels.
Yeah, it should be right in there. Yeah, it's kind of a.
Yep, right there. Sleep capsules. That is probably your way to go. And it's going to be
it's in stock. All right.
Yeah, that one's got some CBD, but not THC. So you got valerian root, melatonin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, we just had a fresh shipment come in yesterday. So that's nice. And then we got sleep oil too. You know what? I know we have some of that. If we don't, I know we got some coming Monday. So sleep tincture, we call it. They all work. You know what? I've been having really good sleep lately because I'm taking mushrooms in this probiotic deal. And I mean, it's not perfect, but I think I feel more relaxed with all this stuff. I feel better, more aware. And I need all the awareness I can get at my age. I'm getting to be a senior. And no, but I'm not. What is a senior? 62? Is that right?
I don't know. I always looked at them as 65, but
okay. But
ARP sends you the magazine at 50.
When do restaurants give discounts?
Usually, well, I don't know. It's usually like a senior citizens discount. It used to be like an AARP, but now that people tend to live a little longer, I think they hold it out until like 65 now. Anybody know? Because it used to be like AARP, go get your discount, and that's 50 and up.
I was told from a friend yesterday that actually 12 months isn't a real year. It's 13 months. Have you guys ever heard this?
Oh, that's the old Gregorian calendar thing.
Okay. Yeah. So he said I'm 61. So that's pretty good,
Cheryl Franks, any suggestion for shingles? And I can think of a couple. Lucas, you want to play with that one?
My wife had shingles real bad, and we put the super immunity tincture. Both ingested it, and then I actually put it on the shingles, and it took care of it. She still had obviously crazy amount of pain, and it was not great, but it was the first time she ever had it, but it went away. The doctor was like, "Oh, it'll take 2 to 3 months," and it was gone in maybe 2 weeks ish, something like that. So I really believe that the super immunity, being that it's an antiviral, did super super well.
Um, yeah, I see a lot of those on the. When I started this journey, I was a young whippersnapper. Now I'm a senior. This sucks. Um, WR Carr, will the Miracle Gold help diabetes? Black seed has been shown to moderate blood sugar. Your thoughts, Lucas or
Yeah, I
Matt?
think Miracle Gold's great, especially for regulating stomach acid, which in turn helps your body process sugar. But at the same time, like guys, like how bad is your A1C, is your diabetes, like has it progressed? Like this is where you need to really work with a doctor. Um, but I mean, honestly, Mark, if I was going on down the route of diabetes, I would talk to your doctor about doing a carnivore diet, depending on um, how bad it was. I think that's probably
We've had
in my
so many people in this community giving their own testimony how well they've done by doing that approach. They're type 2, they're, all these different things. Now they're off all the extra medicines. They don't have to monitor themselves all the time like they used to. I mean, so many just stunning. I mean, some of the cancer treatment folks that have been using nutritionals to help have been from yesterday had just some great testimony things that they've gotten from gurus and some other sources, and then just putting it all together. And stage 4 remission, we're getting some like really really fun back and forth on just what everything is helping. I love it. That's why it's important to sit and talk with you guys about things like this, because then people tell each other what worked for them. BB, what about shipping oils in the winter?
we don't really have problems with oils. I mean, we ship oils all over. And granted, I'm not speaking for Matt. I'm just saying us, like manufacturing wise, like we ship oils all over the place, and we've never had an issue. I mean, granted, I don't know, Matt. You're probably the worst, being that
What?
you're really the coldest.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
you know
you're
what I
gonna
mean.
say,
Like, I mean,
yeah.
you're
No, it's
probably the coldest person we ship to,
yeah.
Right.
all the way up there. So, I mean, I have you ever had an issue? You've never told me if you have.
Well, no, with the cans you do, but if it's plastic, it's fine because even if it does get cold, it's not going to blow, and and so no, it's just cans that. But then if you ship it a certain way too, like we try to anything that's got a lot of liquids, we'll ship it where we know it's not going to be in a truck traveling across the country. They'll ship it in a plane, and so that's
Yeah, the oils,
priority.
I've never had a problem in the
Yeah, you
coldest,
won't have a
coldest, coldest,
problem.
whatever. I've never had a problem.
Yeah, in fact, I think I've froze them solid before in my car. A few of them, that were mine, and they never blow. They just kind of get, like butter. I think, So, does that make sense? But no, it's all right. Everything's cool there. And if it does get cold, it won't affect it, right, Lucas? The oil.
No, it doesn't break down the oil. I mean, you may have, some separation,
Just
just
shake it.
because, yeah, just shake it back up. It will help. It's just, when freezing happens, and if there are, depending on which oil it is and the terpenes that are added, it may separate out just because, or just separate during the freezing because certain oils freeze at different temperatures. And so, yeah, when you unthaw it back in, just give it a quick shake and it'll be fine.
Um, what do you have that helps with absorption of vitamin D?
K2,
Yeah, the
vitamin
K2.
K2.
And you guys, I was gonna say, you guys have do you still have the K2 D3 gummies?
Yeah, we do. I don't, you know,
Yeah,
they're not.
vitamin K2 is very important to pair with D3.
And I am looking for some more that have been in here. When are you gonna have the pet treats with the mushrooms in the chicken ones with mushrooms? My pups won't eat the beef. Turns his nose up.
That is funny.
Yeah, that's
That's so
Picky.
unusual for a dog too.
Yeah, normally that's a cat thing.
yeah. Pretty soon I'll check on those, see where those are at. But we got the beef ones. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That poor dog. There is the dog at least one in 100. Was I mean, the dogs usually love the beef one, you know. So and then, I was talking to somebody about because we used to have a cat, man. I couldn't. I don't think I could have gave anything in the store to that cat. The cat would have liked, truly. The cat loved to see outdoor hunting food, like the mice and the birds and the poor birds. My cat used to sit on this hill we had and just they'd come flying over, and there was the week's lunch, or dinner, you know. So
Oh yeah, we got a couple things in here. Let's Farmer V. Total side note: explosion and explosions reported from Iran. Yahoo. Like I said, I've got friends in the arena, and they say flights have been flying out for about 36 hours, funneling politicians and folks from Iran and their families to Russia. Something's about to happen. Question on consistency here. I bought the lotion 2000 from the Gurus. It was thick, worked wonders. Recently purchased same, and it was thinner. Did the formulation change? Whether I know it's like it's not some big homogeneous whatever lotion one, so you may get some inconsistencies during just the packaging portion. But I'm just guessing. Thoughts?
I'm not sure there. I just I'm not sure what makes it thicker or thinner a little bit, but I don't know. I haven't noticed that. I mean, I just haven't noticed it. But is it the weather maybe? Something, Lucas? I don't know. Hope.
Freezing can affect the lotion makeup, especially because you're homogenizing, oils and waters together. The one way
Mm.
to thicken it up. Now I haven't looked at your lotion in a long time, Matt. But I bet it's water base. And one thing you can try to thicken it up. Now, granted, if you add too much, it'll get worse. It'll become a lot more liquidy. So you want to add just a sprinkle, just a little tiny bit. I mean, barely anything of sodium, salt,
Hmm.
and that will thicken up the lotion.
Yeah, now
So
that I think
you just
about
put
it.
you put a little tiny bit in. I mean, I'm talking barely a sprinkle,
And see,
and then you
I was
mix
sitting
it
there
up.
thinking,
Yep.
yeah,
And
that to me
it'll
is
start
neat.
getting thicker, but then what you will reach a point of diminishing returns, and as soon as you add in too much salt, it'll actually become super liquidy. So
Huh.
there's definitely a massive bell-shaped curve with a hard drop off of adding too much salt. But yes, sodium will thicken that up.
Scooter Man, I'm on blood thinners. I'm not supposed to have a lot of greens. Would the probiotic be okay to take? That's kind of a curious one. Just like it's got like ground broccoli or whatever, and usually that makes me miserable, but I still want to try it.
It's
You
probably
know,
just because the amount of fiber. Honestly, I would, just take it to your doctor and see. Ask him. Be like, hey, like, would this be okay for me to take? Is there too much fiber? Is there too many greens? And ask them and see what they think.
Uh,
hey, I can answer a little bit on that. Okay,
okay.
so I think it's I've been using it now for oh 3 weeks, yeah, and I think my it's about 15% different. Because I get it tested every now and then, and I take 6 milligrams of the blood thinner. But then I used to know a guy I used to work with, and he was the salad king and all that stuff, and we're about the same size, and he would take like 12 milligrams. So you just gotta once you get on something like this, you gotta, and I'm gonna have to check it better even, but I'm not as touchy as some people. I just, as long as I get to that 1.5 point up to like 3.5, 4, I'm cool. Where a lot of people got to be in a range that's a lot smaller than that. Mine's not that bad.
Mm.
So, anyways, yeah, just check it out. Get checked. More. Just get checked while you're on it and see what happens.
Jojo Mama, let's see. I bought the immunity gel caps for the second time. Bottle and capsules had a white powder instead of like the gel cap. Has it changed? Kind of worried to take
Yes.
them.
Well, I mean, they have changed in the sense that with the soft gels, we couldn't, it was only 5 milligrams of CBDA, CBGA. And now with the gel caps, we're doing, what is it? We're doing 25 and 25. So we went from 10 milligrams to 50 milligrams, and we went to using a powder instead of the liquid, melting it down. So we're able to get a little bit more in the gel cap as opposed to the soft gel. So yeah, I mean, it did change. It's just a lot stronger now. So instead of you having to take 2 or 3, you can just take 1, and just be good on that front.
Yep. Hey,
So in other words, Jojo Mama, yeah, perfectly okay. Formulation change to stronger. Mike wants to know, hey, I got some sleep capsules from 2023. Are they still good? I'd take them. Your thoughts, guys?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, technically, we're supposed to say we only say 18 to 24 months.
I just busted open some fruit cocktails since I think it was 1965, and it was pretty good.
Oh, no,
I did not.
Now, I will tell you, Mark, that we still eat, even though we put 18 to 24 months on the manufacturing side, and when that's the length of time. I mean, gosh, Mark, we had gummies. I was just down there, and we still had gummies and ate the gummies that we did when we started. When I started making gummies, I mean, it's been almost a decade.
Hey, when I went back to North Carolina, I forgot to take my CBD with me, and rooted around in a drawer, found some from probably 2 or 3 years old, and they work great.
I mean, they still, now, mind you, Matt,
a little chewier, but
do you still have the old?
great.
Yeah, that's the thing. So they get a little harder to chew. But you know what? It's kind of like a good old the old style beef jerky. You gotta you gotta work it in your mouth a little bit.
It's a Cheech and Chong beef jerky, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, quick last one comment in here. Said my general practitioner and cardiologist are not interested in any supplements and tell me it's a waste of money. Yeah, to me, I always get a kick out of doctors like that. They tell you to buy the best dog food. They go spend the expensive dog food to get better nutrients for their pets, and then they tell you that none of that matters when they know they're wrong.
Oh God, you know what, you guys, listen. I mean, you go to doctors, they love to cut on you, and they're not going to be able to cut on you unless you're in bad health. So
I've found so many doctors that are more open-minded, more nutritionally minded, and they will spell it out. They'll tell you not to use certain companies because they're crap, what to look for to make certain you're not wasting your money and getting something that truly will help. I'd find that, for me, that would be an instant out. That doctor would get a boot.
Yeah, I've had a doctor just like that probably 2 years ago before I switched.
That same mentality, if it doesn't matter, then why don't I eat at McDonald's all day long, 3 meals a day? It's
exactly. That's exactly what I say.
I mean, just think through the logic.
Well, and they do it because they're like, well, like they wanted to put me on statins. And I'm like, I don't want to go on statins. I'll do red rice yeast extract. I'll do all this. And they're like, oh, no, none of that stuff works. And it's like, well, that kind of stuff, except the negative,
they'll tell you none of that works
in this situation. So
then they tell you don't use certain oils and don't do whatever. Wait a minute. If nutrition matters, then nutrition matters.
Yeah, but if nutrition mattered, they wouldn't be able to sell their drug.
Yep. We are a supplement-rich society, but why we needed so many? Because our food supply sucks. If we had a great food supply, we wouldn't need all these supplements.
You know what, though? Our food supply sucks because we've allowed it to, because we have purchased things that are garbage.
True.
We have allowed it by purchasing it. If you stop eating at McDonald's, if you stop buying junk, guess what? They'll stop selling it because they
Yeah.
don't. All they care about is making money. So they'll produce what the population desires.
Well, what the population will buy.
Correct.
All right, guys. I just noticed the time. You want to tell them how to get in there one more time? There,
You
Matt
bet.
Chu?
For sure. You guys go to the thecbdgurus.com, thecbdgurus.com. Go to wholesale and hit Mark's button there on top if you need to. And then if you need to put in a code word there to get in the site, it's lowercase KRAMCBD. And at the end of the order, when you order, you put in JAN20, you'll get 20% off then. And also, if you get to 150, you get the probiotic greens. What the hell is it called, Lucas? I'm not even looking at it. I'm sorry.
Superfood probiotic.
Yeah, and I use it. It's not. I really do use this stuff. It's great. And then you get 10 million Bolivar on any size order. So just go nuts in there and just go crazy. Order some stuff, and just have a great day when you get it. And yeah, and you know what? The doctors, man, they listen. Their whole deal is they want to get an operation on you. Not all of them, but most of them. That's where they make their big money, you guys.
It's sad. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Mark, for
Thanks
having us on.
Mark. And I'll be listening.
Guys.
I'm going to be intrigued by the silver thing. Yeah. See ya.
Let's have some fun with it. See you guys. All right. The CBD, there's such a big part in help sponsoring, etc. Let's get to some news. I'm going to hit Iraqi news, etc., and then I'm going to get into banking and silver. From the bond side, still very, very, very quiet so far. Last few days, of course, we had the one pop their head up 2 days ago or so, and very much tell us they expect very big occurrences in the Middle East this weekend. And perhaps that fits with some of the news out of Iraq. Parliament sets next Sunday, that is tomorrow, guys, as the date for the election of the President of Republic. That's how translations work. Going from Arabic to English. Next Sunday means the next one. The next one is tomorrow. There are meetings underway. Boy, we're going to get a translation. We'll get to the meeting in just a moment. Al-Maliki, we will not give up the right of the Iraqi people to choose whom they trust. Maliki, who knows that it could be bad for Iraq for him to take the prime ministership. He doesn't care. He said, look, I've got to be the martyr. The Iraqi people want it. I got to do it. I know it's really bad for them. Might devastate the country. Might starve thousands. But I'm just going to have to do it because it's their will. No. If you were a good altruistic person, you'd say, that'd be really bad for the country. And you would remove yourself from the running for the betterment of your people. That is what somebody that would represent the people and cares about the people would do. Now, somebody that's a narcissist would say, oh, the people, they really want me here. I've got to respect their will. That's kind of like the whole concept where your kid wants to eat just sugar and crap. And you're like, they really want it, so I'm going to let it have it. No, you're supposed to be a responsible parent, do the right thing, and not give it to them. So on that one, here we go. With or without Maliki, Iranian influence remains in the new government. Just some commentary from inside the country saying we have a real problem with Iranian influence, and even if we don't get Maliki, we still need to incrementally continue to make good steps and remove that influence so we can be sovereign. I just thought that one was a very good, level-headed look at it. Just the facts, take the fluff out. And here's the big one. The night of the decisive victory of the Republic, framework meeting to counter Trump pressure and arrange the papers of Sunday's session. Lots of behind-the-door meetings are going on right now. How are they going to handle it? What's going on with Maliki thing? What do they do? Are there compromises they can make so the United States will still be supportive? And there, big meetings going on before tomorrow's vote. That is the big news out of Iraq. Now we get on to the silver. and what is going on in the banking world. It has been more than just a little crazy and topsy-turvy, to say the least. In the game of, or the monetary system game of chicken between precious metals, commodities, and fiat, we have our first casualty. Failed bank information from Metropolitan Capital Bank and Trust Chicago. When you looked at their assets, you did a bit of a deep dive. You can see it was just too much for them. Their assets are getting moved. This is one of the ways I believe that our banking industry tries to hide this as they try to roll up smaller banks into bigger banks into bigger banks. On Friday, January 30th, Metropolitan Capital Bank and Trust was closed by the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was named the receiver. No advance notice is given to the public when a financial institution is closed. That's kind of jacked up. First Independence Bank Detroit assumed substantially all the deposits, accounts, and substantially all the assets. All shares of the stocks were owned by the holding company, which is not involved in the transaction. So yours got absorbed because the bank failed, if that is your bank. Yep. We're seeing the blinks. Now you want to know why there was so much panic? Because it is starting that bank collapse. Now, can they get ahead of it before it gets worse? The scrambling going on is something else. I love this one. Just Dario putting this one up. If you look carefully into the latest COMEX report, JP Morgan closed its silver shorts exactly at the very bottom of the price crash. And from there, it all started to come back up. This isn't coincidence. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is proof the whole Friday crash was planned. I mean, they nailed it pretty much to the penny. Breaking 2,514 silver February 26 future contracts have been issued delivery notices and all accepted for delivery already at the COMEX. That's 12.5 million ounces right away in the usually low delivery month. Exactly. On top of last month, which wasn't delivery month, which saw, 50 or 60 million? It continues. It continues, guys. We are watching it. It's interesting to watch this one. SGT Report did an absolutely fantastic one. They had Jeffrey Prather on. Any pretense left of free markets just died. I mean, they did a great breakdown on the panic and the chicken game going on. Let's go right here. Gold becomes tax-free legal tender in Florida this summer. With all the states doing this over the last 2 years or so, does anybody find that to be an interesting coincidence? That states are passing legislation to be absolutely certain that people know that they can use precious metals as day in, day out currency. All businesses have to take it, accept it. It's almost like states are preparing for a collapse of the banking system. But why would they be passing these laws? Can somebody maybe explain it to me? Why would they waste their time doing this if they thought there was zero chance of needing the precious metals in order to function for metal? I find that one interesting. I think new money coming. And of course, when you think about that one, if you have a digital representation of that metal that is physically backed by it, that would count, I would think. I need to dive into some of the legislation and get clear on that one. Now we get to, this is where I am going to have a little bit of fun here. I have Zester joining me this morning because of what we are finding out on the Epstein release. You want to talk about wild? So I brought somebody in that could help me on this one and help me with the deep dive.
Hey, good morning, Pops.
This is getting fun. Some of the things that we are learning and finding some references, and there are some negative Trump references in there, but not about pedophilia, not about that, about his connections with Israel.
Oh, there's stuff all over the place. I mean, it was 3.5 million documents that dropped in this little file release. And so that's another thing. It's 3.5 million files, and it's only been out for less than 24 hours. So we probably have not found
Oh
half.
no, we
of
haven't
the
scratched anything yet.
Yeah, it really is. And even with, and I know that people have been using AI to go through, and so AI was capable of going through, all 3.5 million, but it's not going to have found everything. There's still going to be so much more. But as of right now, I mean, Bill Gates trying to Bill Cosby antibiotics into Melinda Gates's coffee so she doesn't find out about
the Russian hookers.
The Russian hookers STDs. I mean, needless to say, that's going to require a few press releases, I think, from the Gates Foundation. That is definitely going to result in some press releases. So
yeah,
that was one of the funny ones for certain. And then, of course, it's just the amount of different people who said that they weren't a part of it, said that they had never communicated with, and then turns out that they weren't exactly telling the truth. Elon Musk is losing it this morning on X because Elon Musk is in the emails, and it appears as if Elon Musk went to the island and specifically was asking to make certain he showed up for some wild party nights. And so, yeah, this one's got a lot. How much of it ends up being inside of the report section, I think, is important because there are different sections of this file release. And the one that a lot of folks are getting angry at Trump about is from the tip line. And so there was a tip line that was set up where essentially people could just call in, say anything, and it was just
remember that. Say anything. That tip line one, these are unsubstantiated.
And those include, things about Trump. Those include things about, Clinton, Gates, all kinds of different people were caught up in the report line. And undoubtedly, some of those reports have got to probably be true. And so have to take it with an extreme grain of salt, but because they are reports and they are unverified, but also mathematically speaking, most likely some of them are true.
I think that's the important part. Yeah, there's a lot of unbased probably out there, but there are going to be some kernels of truth to these.
Yeah, exactly. I know, so very many different folks, though. They found in the documents correspondence with the Duke, which they believe to be more and more different monarchy figures from the UK. There's a whole lot. This one's going to be very interesting once folks have more time, because folks have already found a lot in just the short amount of time folks have had access.
No, just watching this is just absolutely wild to watch it playing out and the panic going on.
Well, my biggest takeaway from the Epstein files was not actually anything to do with the Epstein files. All I'm saying is if I were in the Iranian government, I'd be hiding right now.
Because they need a diversion.
Epstein file release, you know what sounds like it's exactly about to happen?
Right.
I have a feeling we're about to overthrow Iran.
And we've got to change the conversation.
I saw this and I'm like, oh, no. We're not going to get information about this for a while, but we're definitely getting a conflict in the Middle East.
I mean, just like, Bill Clinton gets a Hummer. The next thing we know is we're blowing up baby aspirin factories and formula factories in Africa.
Yeah, it's the comedy channel or the skit channel is Whitest Kids You Know, WKUK. Their videos are on YouTube and everything else. They are absolutely hilarious skits, and they have one skit, and it's the joke is essentially the White House press secretary is out there, and he is reporting space bears on the moon are attacking U.S. facilities. The U.S. secret facilities on the moon. These space bears appear to be a part of a space conglomerate. And, the press is asking questions, going back and forth. And then finally, after a long time, one guy in the back goes, "Are we invading Iran today?" And the White House press secretary goes, "Whoop, you got me. It was when I told you they were on cocaine, wasn't it? That's where I went too far."
I see some people just noticing. Some people just noticing Tommy in the back window / Tommy.
Yeah. Let me get that video though. That one is too
Oh,
funny. Whitest kids you know, Iran. Um, yeah, it is. This is a classic one. I'll send it to you in the private pops, but also I'll put it out there so everybody can
yeah. I know that you don't follow the metals quite as closely as I do, as your pops does, but
mhm.
polycolly, why is silver at 86.61, but one silver eagle at 105 this morning. One eagle was 190. They're charging over 100 for spot price. Meanwhile, banks are dumping shorts. Banks are trying to extend their shorts. The panic is this is just downright fun to watch. Let's see, what do we have here? I don't know if you're keeping up with the metals markets at all.
Oh,
Boy, I
I've
don't
been
really.
keeping up a lot with it just because of all of the push and how many different companies and things are really going crazy on tokenized gold and silver. So I've been keeping up with the precious metal markets a lot.
I am dropping that link for that skit. The skit's like it's less than 3 minutes.
Yeah, I
And
posted it in there too, and I wish we could just watch it, but I would
I do too,
imagine
but we
that
would get
YouTube would get angry about it because it's just so darn funny, and it is the first thing I thought of when I saw the Epstein files and some of the headlines. I was like, I'd be real worried if I was the leader of Iran today.
I would be very worried because the entire world, the nobles, the politicians, and Hollywood, they all need a
Everybody's got
diversion
a good
today.
reason for a distraction. Yep.
I mean, they all need a good distraction right now. You got
Mhm.
you got bank failures quietly in the bank background. You got open market manipulation where they don't even hide it right in front of your face. It's not even a secret anymore. This is they desperately need something to fall. And I think and Zester, I don't know if you heard that part. I had a number of contacts in the last hours, 14, 15 hours, telling me over the last 36 hours that there have been massive plane movements of politicians and leaders, from religious leaders, just politicians, military leaders, flying themselves and families from Iran to directly, do not pass go straight to Russia.
Mhm.
So key leadership's already starting to run for the hills. I think they knew when those Epstein files got dropped yesterday morning that it was that they were most likely going to be the diversion for the elites.
Yeah. It is though. It is. You always do have to wonder the timing of the information release and all of that.
Yeah, you do, Jabril. That is a great question. What do you think, Zester? I mean, you've been following this when you're younger. Maybe you're either either more realistic or more jaded. I don't know which or any of those. I mean, every time we hear about these things, nobody ever goes to jail.
Yeah. No, and that one is. I would definitely say that I am absolutely jaded. Just and I think that one is very generational, and I think it extends beyond just the generational part. But I always look at it from a context of essentially, 9/11 would have been third grade. 2007, 2008 would have been literally as I was a sophomore heading into junior year of high school. When it comes down to it, do I believe that the government is going to hold the wealthy accountable? Well, I've never seen it in my life, so I'm not planning on it. And
Yeah, that's
so I
kind of
am
it.
absolutely jaded in that response. Absolutely. Just because I've never seen it happen. I want it to happen. But when it comes down to it, I've never seen these folks ever held accountable. So I wonder where it is going to go. Are we finally going to get that one time in human history, where the corrupt, evil elites actually get their comeuppance without society devolving into anarchy? Because there are times in history that the elites have gotten their comeuppance.
Yeah, there have been
The
times.
French had a whole little thing about it. They invented this crazy new machine that pulls something up by a rope and drops it down real fast. And a lot of elites suffered for their crimes. But well, the people of France also suffered for many, many decades from a failed state, essentially. So I don't know.
I don't know if like maybe you or Riley may be interested in this one, but I really think it would be a good time with these color revolutions. For those that don't know, LA riots last night got a little carried away too. Some interesting footage as LA police had to come to the defense of federal buildings and tear gassing and fighting back against these, well, the latest Bolshevik revolution. But I'm almost wondering if we should do a little history in correlation to what they are attempting in the Bolshevik revolution.
It's all the videos and everything coming out from all over have been absolute insanity. Folks have lost their minds. We're definitely beyond living in two different realities because watching the videos and watching these interactions and everything else, we're not even really speaking the same language anymore.
Not in the same world, not the same language. All of our words have different definitions. That's a great way to put it. Right, we're not living in the same world.
Yeah, there you go. I've got to. You need to. I
want to watch it. I'm going to get you.
Riley, just remember Pops. Just remember moon bears whenever you see something that sounds like it's a distraction. This is a moon bear article.
This is a moon bear. I'm totally. I'm going to get you off on something like this. Rudy just saying easy crypto site and wallet used for low tech redneck. And Zester and I are working with a company now to bring you one heck of a cool podcast update on metals and tokenized metals and safe metals and some fun stuff. But we'll save that. We'll save that one for when we get it all worked out.
Yeah, I would definitely say though on that one in terms of where's that easiest one? You're coming into crypto, and first things first. If you're coming into crypto is something that you dip your toe into. You can learn everything necessary on how the blockchains work. You can learn everything with $10. You don't need to go, all in when it comes to crypto, and you really shouldn't. Because if you go with that $10 and you start that way, you'll be able to learn how things work, and then you'll be able to safely move around any dollars. If you can move $1 safely in crypto, it's the same exact process to move tens of thousands, millions, etc. And so before I even give you an exchange or a wallet to look at, first things first, just go slow when you first start. It's many people rush directly in and they put the cart before the horse, which I understand. There's the FOMO, there's fear of missing out, but it'll go a lot smoother if you put the horse in front. And so start small. I would definitely say first things that you need is a centralized exchange. When it comes down to which centralized exchange you use, I always tend to recommend Coinbase or Gemini because they are publicly traded companies. Now, there can still be problems with exchanges. They can still have tech issues. Somebody can still hack your account. All of those things are still very, very real, but that's where I tend to recommend they walk you through it. They kind of guide your hand. It's very easy to make your first purchase through a Coinbase or a Gemini, and they are American, US-based companies. And so you need a centralized exchange account. There is Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Uphold, Crypto.com. You got lots of options. You got lots of options on that one. And so that would be some of those first steps. That's essentially what you need before you even have a wallet. You need a centralized exchange account in order to buy crypto to be able to put in your crypto wallet. And assuming you want to do it the most effective way. There are ways of buying crypto with a credit or debit card. You pay far higher fees, but it is far simpler, and the crypto immediately goes directly to your wallet. Takes out a whole step. You're paying for that service. Those fees can get astronomical. To give you an example, with some of those credit and debit type fees, you could be looking to buy $100 of crypto, and you could end up paying over $10 in fees. And so unless you really, really need that crypto quickly, I highly recommend start small, get a centralized exchange account, and start working from there. Once you do get to a point where you are looking to get that crypto into your custody, because remember, when it's on an exchange, it's the same idea as you keeping your gold or silver at the bank. You have to trust the bank. It's very different than you keeping it in your gun safe. And so at a certain point, I would say you then start looking towards getting your own wallet. That is you buying your own crypto gun safe. You are storing it at home. No one can stop you. You're the only one that can lose it type deal. And so would highly recommend starting slow, starting that way. When you do get to a point where you're looking to get it onto your own wallet, I always recommend Ledger hardware wallets. They're going to cost you some money, but that's what I use. Make certain whenever you get a hardware wallet in cryptocurrency, buy it directly from the factory. I really don't care what company you get, as long as you get one. And when you do get it, buy it directly from the factory. You want that showing up with tamper-proof sealing on it. You want that to have never been in anyone's hands besides your own.
All right, that was funny.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, no, I enjoyed that one. I totally enjoyed that one. And Jabril, you're right. The news has not caught up. We're days ahead of the news in our conversations.
Yeah. But no, that is just too funny. The Space Bears. The Space Bears. And what did he say? Yeah. Are we invading
Or
Iran
Saturn
today?
Or we what? Yeah, right. Wait. You got me.
Are we invading Iran today? I've got a feeling that one is far, far too accurate right now. I have a feeling that that YouTube video is probably about to go viral again in the next couple of days, in the same way that like certain Onion skits will go viral, 10 years in the future after, because they predicted it.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the biggest thing though for everybody on the crypto.
I like this one. I like the way you think, Zester. The primary purpose of the safe is for storing guns. Secondary is money.
Yeah, exactly. It's still a gun safe, but
it's still a gun safe.
Right. The biggest and best tip though for everyone when you are getting into it is an understanding that you see these numbers like $80,000 Bitcoin, and many people then go and operate under this assumption that essentially they need to be buying certain amounts of crypto to be participating. And you really can learn with $1.
You can.
$10, I could send thousands of transactions with $10. I could stake crypto. I could do all kinds of things, essentially learn every single step of the whole process. And the most I ever risked through my learning phase was $10. And so that's the number one. It's just don't go running in and slapping a $10,000 check down on the table and saying, I'll figure it out as I go.
No. Figure it out with $10. Sluggo, What are your thoughts? Dr. Scott saying we don't necessarily need a wallet. Talking about hardware wallet. Look, you don't have to participate in the crypto world. You're going to whether you want to or not, but you don't have to learn all the extra parts.
Yeah. Yep. No, you absolutely don't. That's why I regularly, and I know it'll throw people off when I say it, I don't try to convince anyone to buy crypto. You're going to own it. You don't have a choice. The most important part is understanding how it works, because it's going to be how your new financial system operates. It's the underlying framework that makes this possible. Without it, it's not possible. And so having an understanding of how the financial system works is going to be very, very important for essentially playing the game. Going into the future, you're going to end up owning crypto, though. You don't have to have a crypto wallet, because you're going to be able to custodian your cryptocurrency at the bank in the same way that you do today. I wouldn't recommend that, because this is an opportunity for you to be taking ownership over your finances and over
kind of like having paper silver and real silver. There's kind of like having real crypto and paper crypto.
Exactly. And so you're never going to be forced, essentially, to learn how this works. But when you go and you cash your paycheck or your Social Security check shows up, that money is going to be appearing in your account via a blockchain. And so you are not really going to see a lot of things being different, but how it got there, how it works, what it's capable of doing, all of that will have changed. Lilypad, Zester, how do I teach my 93-year-old mother about crypto? That is absolutely going to be a tough one. What I would focus on is on the important things for her. And that way she's not afraid of it. Because I've found that a lot of times when it gets to, it's just age groups, they go, hey, either one thing, they don't feel like they need to bother learning it. And I've heard that many times from folks. They're like, I got this far in life. I don't need to understand how this newfangled system works. I get that. I think that it's painting with broad strokes is probably the best way. How is this going to change how the things they're capable of? How is this going to change the value of their money? I would definitely go very, very big picture. I would probably not sit down 93-year-old mom at the computer and try to figure out how to set her up a crypto wallet. I would say, hey, I made a crypto wallet for you. It's got some money in there, and it's sitting there. That's what my grandmother has. She has some crypto, but she's never had to figure out any of it because sister figures those things out.
And that's the way it's supposed to work, just like the clock on the VCR that keeps blinking.
Mm-hmm.
I did see one and admit this one doesn't bother me at all. I think this one, the Trump administration knew it was coming and pushed for it, just like we had talked about with since before he took office. I told you they planned on pushing, so the Supreme Court had to hear these cases. This just forced it to the Supreme Court. This just helped Trump move forward, or the administration. Federal judge has permanently blocked President Trump's executive order that would have required proof of citizenship to register to vote in federal elections. Now you got an activist judge that does that. Now the Supreme Court's not going to have a choice but to hear the case and to intervene.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it is so painful watching this. It's like surgery.
having to argue over very, 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 very silly things.
Yeah, this is gonna make for interesting. Big Melania movie out. One or two other things I wanted to touch on real quickly. What do you think? Court rules CK Hutchinson's control of Panama Canal ports unconstitutional. This was a big problem for the Don Roe doctrine because a Chinese company was managing Panama or the ports for the Panama Canal, and that contract now tossed out as unconstitutional. Do you think this is more of that re-expansion or reigniting the Monroe Doctrine? Because we knew it was a problem. They told us a year ago that it was a problem. Now we're seeing these all at the same time. We're seeing this pressure in Central and South America, or is it just a coincidence?
I think that it's absolutely, it's not a coincidence, but I think that it's long overdue. The entire idea that the Panama Canal was ever even handed back to the Panamanian government, in my opinion, was an extremely stupid maneuver. That one's all Jimmy Carter's fault, isn't it, too? I'm like 99% positive that is like 100% Jimmy Carter's fault. He had no darn reason to do it. Because we had written in an extension to the 100-year contract. And it was like a mandatory extension. So I have no idea. Somebody will have to try and explain how illogical decisions were made in that regard. But for me, there never should have really been a question. The Panama Canal is owned by the United States of America. We built it. Americans died building it. It's ours. But when it comes down to the Monroe Doctrine, that is a very, very weird historical period. And so, we should do a whole deep dive on it, but we're talking the 1850s, the late 1840s. James Monroe and the Monroe Doctrine it was laughed at by Europe, absolutely laughed at that point in time. It was seen as American posturing. The fact that we even thought we could pull that off essentially was deemed a joke. And we have to remember that the United States was not a respected member of any large group until we kicked Spain all around, and everybody went, "Oh, wait a second! The United States is capable of kicking a very, very old, frail empire around." but it is capable of manhandling a major ancient European power. We adhered to the Monroe Doctrine. It's kind of like we've always just kind of used it randomly, but we only really started adhering to the Monroe Doctrine in the 1900s, because that's when we finally became strong enough to actually do it. But yeah, we should do a whole deep dive on that one, because
we need to do more historic deep dives. People understand what led to where we're at. Another one I was watching: Trump sues U.S. Treasury for $10 billion over tax return leaks. I'm glad he's doing it. I mean, of course, if he wins, then we have to pay him. But at some point, because it has been used as political weapons for decades, just leak somebody's tax return. That's violating. That's some pretty messed up stuff. So, yeah, just seeing what your thoughts on that one. Maybe Scott Bessent's on the way out the door. His last final screw you was to let Trump win, so he doesn't have to pay it.
That one is true, though. Farmer V, why have Portugal and Spain not been in the news with all the EU, NATO, and Ukraine stuff? Spain is such a weak nation at this point.
Spain's been in the news. Portugal not been in the news much.
No.
Yeah.
Spain had a dictator till the 90s. So Spain,
I would argue they have another one again now, a socialist dictator.
A dictator that we backed up too, which makes it even worse. But yeah, I don't know. The entire Iberian Peninsula has been very, very quiet for 100+ years now.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find it, but it doesn't work that way for me, Boog, to be able to go back and look. I have to scroll through 4 platforms to do it. Yeah, I get that a lot. Go back, look at this one. I'm like, some magic I don't know?
It does get to be hard, and sometimes I feel like it kind of bugs out between the different platforms and the chat, and so sometimes I feel like it puts them in the wrong order, maybe.
It does. It does. It does something about it. It's going backwards to look. I need to just somehow get you folks of the mindset that it is extremely difficult. Not that I want you to spam, but
Mama Bear, back when COVID was just starting, went on vacation in Mexico, met a Canadian who talked about all of this back then. Crypto, the precious metal, GJT's plans. At Mama Bear, there have been people that are aware. I think that there are more of us out there and around the world than we probably imagine. It's just how many folks have been how many folks are so certain or so aware that they have been actively acting upon that knowledge. I think there's a lot of folks out there that just choose ignorance. Essentially, they know that a lot of this is going on. They know it's a problem. They know it's probably going to happen at some point. But if they went out there and they started actively planning towards it,
then they got to admit it mentally.
Then they have, exactly. Then it's real. And so humans are, we give weird. Ostriches a hard time. Humans are far better at ignorance than I believe any animal could possibly be capable of it.
Because they know what's coming and they still put their head in the sand.
Yeah. It's protective though. It's definitely evolutionary. We are beings that are still working through or still have all these evolutionary traits that just no longer are applicable in the modern world, but we still have them and they're not going to go away.
That Twitch, great point. Y'all remember the pushing the market down. They're trying to get you to sell. Have faith, hold the line. I 100% agree on this one. They're doing their absolute best to get you to sell so that they don't have to ante up for what they've done. I should wear silver shorts instead of gold mankini. Silver's going to force it. All right. I need to start wrapping it up. Zester, anything you want to talk about? Do you think anything big going to happen this weekend? Do we come back and talk about moon bears tomorrow when we find out we started a full-blown invasion or bombing in Iran or something, or helping the Iranian people, however the spin's going to be.
Yeah, if it's not Iran, something's about to go down somewhere that's going to be distracting. That part I have got.
Now, do they wait until Monday morning, right before the markets open? In other words, we find out.
That would be the time to do it. Let folks blow off steam. Saturday and Sunday. Plus, they always have the current ongoing anarchy in the streets. That's doing a great job of distracting people from everything.
That's a good point.
And so
on the weekends, especially, it's good at detracting people because they can get on the weekends and riot more. Now, come Monday morning, people got to go back to work, these kind of things. Then it's probably time to break out the Moon Bears or the Saturn Bears. But, I'm not really at liberty to talk about the flora and fauna on our 12 planets.
Yeah. Not really able on our 12 planets and 13 moons to basis. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I'm going to go watch that skit right after this. Now that I've been thinking about it so much, I'm ready for that one. Yes, you missed the moon bears. Well, actually, no, the moon bears are invading our moon bases. They are a part of a interstellar criminal conglomerate.
Cartel. Probably Trende Luna.
Trende Oso. Oso is bear in Spanish. So Trende Oso. I am. Let me get that one for anyone who missed the link because it's probably way lost up there. I'm posting the link to that skit again in the chat.
Yeah, how do we... As we sit here and we chuckle at these things, and guys, when we're chuckling at these things, this is very much graveside humor because people are going to die. People are going to be persecuted. I mean, it's not going to be a pretty thing. And we're sitting here like joking about, how else do you handle this level of crap? Just like Eon. So what do you think if you lose people when Iran hits backs at your bases and ships?
Mm-hmm.
I think that the politicians and the bankers are so corrupt, they don't give a damn whether Johnny, who was an Eagle Scout in Kansas, went off to the military and died because some wealthy guy banged a Russian hooker. That's what I think. And it sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, little fireflies. I still love your products. We're back. It's happy again after 20 years of pain. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Firefly.
That's awesome.
That is always awesome to hear. That's the reason to do it.
Exactly. Somebody, happy birthday, guys. Again, I'll be doing happy birthday today. We got a lot of them. I will be reducing birthday singing probably to once a week. Just a reminder. Do you want to sing with us? We got Hannah, Brittany, Terry, Chicago Mama, Julie, Cal, Brandon.
Oh, man, you got a whole bunch. I don't think we would ever be able to with the mics and StreamYard to do a duet. So,
no,
plus, I sang yesterday on my stream because somebody was putting all the lyrics or some of the lyrics to Kenny Rogers, the Gambler, in the chat, and it got stuck in my head. So I already did a little singing yesterday on the Crazy Kryptonite.
I hate I missed that one. I have to go back and listen to it. Yeah, we got Kathy. We got some extra birthdays adding in there. All right, I'm going to get to singing, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining.
All right. Hey, love you, Pops. Love you all. Thank you so much. I'll be back sometime soon to hang out with Pops. I'm certain.
That'll work. See ya.
Okay, peace.
All right, guys. The illustrious Esther joining. We see Liz got another birthday popping in, the big 61. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, to all those celebrating. See, George's son Eric did the 29 this week. Lady Hawk is going to do birthday tomorrow, I think it is. Yep. Tomorrow. All right, folks, have a great weekend. There is a good chance you'll see me again because there is so much happening. Yeah, that's an understatement. The world has gone off the guardrails. Buckle up. We knew it was coming. See you guys. Thank you, mods. Have a great